On this Silverado, P0315 means the crankshaft position variation has not been learned. That learned variation lets the ECM compensate for small crankshaft and crank sensor differences, so it can judge misfire events more accurately. The truck may run normally, or it may show misfire-related behavior or a check engine light. Broadly, the possible fault areas can include an incomplete learn, battery condition, the crank sensor and reluctor relationship, mechanical crankshaft issues, signal interference, or later in the path, the ECM. Start with the basic system checks, then follow a structured diagnostic approach instead of jumping straight to parts. For P0315, the monitor gate is engine equals running, and after the running conditions are met, it runs continuously. The setting condition is straightforward. Crankshaft position variation learn equals not learned. Before starting the learn path, the battery needs to have passed a load test and be completely charged. With ignition on, vehicle in service mode, check for other codes. If anything is set beyond P0315 and the related misfire code context, diagnose what those other codes mean first. If there are no other codes outside that group, continue with the scan tool learn routine. Before the crank learn, use the scan tool to run the brake pedal position sensor learn in the body control module. Follow the scan tool prompts. When that finishes, verify both learned states. Brake pedal position sensor learn needs to read yes, and brake pedal position sensor learned released position needs to read yes. If either one is not in that specified state, repeat the directed scan tool path for that learn before moving on. Once the brake pedal learn states are correct, use the scan tool under the engine control module learn functions to run crankshaft position variation learn. Follow the scan tool prompts. When the routine completes, verify that the scan tool procedure was successful. If the crankshaft variation learn is not successful the first time through, turn ignition or vehicle off and check the listed conditions before trying to force the learn again. Look for foreign material between the crankshaft position sensor and reluctor ring, an incorrect air gap, low battery voltage, crankshaft bearing wear, excessive crankshaft runout, or visible crankshaft damage, reluctor ring misalignment or visible damage, and electromagnetic interference on the crankshaft position sensor signal circuit. If one of those conditions is present, repair or replace as necessary. If none of those conditions is present, repeat the earlier scan tool path. If the procedure is still not successful and it has been performed 4 times or less, repeat the directed earlier learn path. If the procedure has been performed 5 times and is still not successful, the next step is replacement of the K20 engine control module. Keep verification separate from the learn procedure itself. If the crankshaft variation learn is successful, reproduce the operating conditions for the code. You can also reproduce the captured conditions from the failure data when that helps. Then verify P0315 does not reset. If it does reset, replace the K20 engine control module. If it does not reset, the result is all okay. After the repair, verify the repair and confirm the code stays gone. The key with P0315 is to prove the required learns, confirm battery and crank sensor reluctor conditions, respect the repeat limit, and only make the ECM call after the diagnostic path points you there. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.